Well, there you have it. It was a short, quick press conference to the point. VD Satheesan will be the leader of the CLP. What does it mean? He's going to be the next chief minister. That the Congress top brass was forced to bow to the mandate of the people. You had, on the other hand, someone like a KC Venugopal, who has been at the center, a close aide of Rahul Gandhi, the General Secretary at the national level since 2029. He's not going to be para-dropped to Kerala. It is going to be VD Satheesan. Why? Because he was the face under whom you had the Kerala elections being fought. Remember, it's not just about the next 5 years that we've been discussing here on Times Now. It is about who's going to dominate the state politics for 15 years. Everyone's saying that finally the white smoke has been seen, and it is going to be VD Satheesan, the next Chief Minister of Kerala. He is the Congress's pick. The next step is going to be for the Congress to go and stake claim. In fact, let's listen in to what's happening at the AICC HQ. Across to Niyamika, we are also joined by Imran, there is Arpita, there is Pranesh, there is Shekharaya who's there. The biggest coverage that we are getting for you here on Times Now. Niyamika, I'm going to come across to you. A short, quick press conference saying VD Satheesan is going to be the man. What really weighed the scales in his favor? Was it the mass support? Was it the alliance partners like IUML? Or was it the Wayanad warning which was given to the Parivar of Congress?
Well, Meghna, we have seen that the kind of public outrage which was being there on the ground, the way in which these protests have taken place, the way in which there is a continuous pressure which was being mounted by the alliance partners, and specifically IUML in particular, that has gone in favor of Mr. VD Satheesan. We have seen that how, despite of the fact that Mr. KC Venugopal was being backed by majority of the elected MLAs, in fact, the senior leaders, the former PCC presidents, working presidents, they are also, opined that it should be Mr. KC Venugopal who should become the chief minister. The scenario at the ground is completely different. It was completely different, and that was clearly being shown the way in which these posters, these flexes was being put up at the grassroots level. The people were very angry after the report of Mukul Vasri got leaked on social media, and all those MLAs who have actually backed Mr. KC Venugopal, they had faced a lot of outrage from the people of Kerala, and that is the only
reason why. That's what really forced the hand of the Congress party. We also are joined by Zaka Jacob, our managing editor, and of course Pranesh. It appears that it is mass support which really forced Congress to back the candidate who had the support not just of their alliance partners but also the appeal from the masses. Is that what really got Rahul Gandhi to change his mind?
This, 120-second decision shouldn't have taken 10 days, Zaka. This is finally, they've done the right thing, because I remember one of these days, VD Satheesan in the campaign had said, look, I look up to the political and administrative experience of Mr. Modi, and which is why he was making his own case to be the chief minister.
See, I think this was an obvious choice. Mr. Satheesan was clearly the most popular choice as far as chief minister is concerned. Everybody in Kerala knew he was the one who led the UDF to that victory. He in fact publicly said if the UDF does not get 100 seats, he will retire from political life. And the UDF ended up with 102 seats. This decision could have been taken on day one. It should have been taken within 24 hours because it was an obvious choice. I think what happened was, A, the meeting of the CLP where reportedly the MLAs, a majority of them at least, reportedly backed KC. And two, clearly Mr. Venugopal had the ear of the High Command. In this case, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. And Mr. Rahul Gandhi was convinced that all of these protests that were happening in Kerala were orchestrated. It's selectively being shown to put pressure on the High Command. I think he didn't really quite understand understand just the amount of support that VD has. And it's not something that's been built overnight. For the last 5 years, as leader of the opposition, Vidi Satishan led the charge against Pinarayi Vijayan. And Pinarayi Vijayan was a very powerful chief minister. It was not easy to take him on. In fact, in the post-election victory speech that VD gave, one of the things that he said, I want everyone in the CPM, including the outgoing chief minister, to remember that you physically hurt my kids. And it traveled far and wide. That clip went viral. I mean, a lot of Congress workers were beaten up by the police when Pinarayi was the chief minister. And it was VD who was leading the charge against all of that for the last 5 years. So it would have been foolhardy to not choose the one who was on the ground, who was leading the electoral battle, and who's taken, blow after blow, and his people have taken blow after blow for the Congress party in its fight against the CPM. It's just that, this muddling over the last week or 10 days was absolutely needless. I mean,
and many people are of the opinion that individuals, including Mr. KC Venugopal, have gone on record multiple times to say that LOP Rahul Gandhi is a shadow prime minister. So for KC Venugopal and other loyalists of the Congress party to dismiss Mr. Vidi Satishan after the overwhelming mandate, they should.
The irony, Pranesh, is there is a soundbite from Mr. Venugopal in the campaign saying he is ruling himself out. The exact words that he used was chief ministerial contenders -1. So somebody asked him who is the one, and he said I. So he has clearly, and it was the rule that he laid out, that only MLAs can be elected. Somebody from the MLA grouping will be elected as the chief minister. He's not an MLA. He's a member of parliament. They will have to give up his seat. Somebody else will have to fight there, and he will have to fight from some seat and become an MLA in 6 months. So this was going against his own laid down rule and the Congress party's own laid down rule because of his perceived proximity to the high command. I think it's come late, as they say, der aaye, durast aaye, but I think it was a very obvious choice, this one, because Mr. Satheesan is by far, head and shoulders above the rest of the field, the most popular Congress candidate in Kerala.
One thing that people are not really talking about is the pressure exerted by the IUML, the ally of the Congress party, part of the UDF. Satheesan really rebuilt the UDF, Congress-led UDF, after the 2021 defeat.
No, so the Muslim League played an important role. They have 22 MLAs. They are the second biggest party in the UDF. But I think one of the things that Satheesan said in the campaign, which again had a lot of resonance, was he said religious forces, communal bodies have no role in politics. So it was not just against the bodies like the Jamaat, but also, caste-based organizations like the NSS, the Nair Service Society, or Vellapalli Nateshan, who represents the Irava community. So he basically, these are communities and groupings which have undue influence over ticket selection and over, political formulations in Kerala. VD took a principled stand saying these people have nothing to do in politics. Ultimately, in politics, you should talk about the development of the state and who can bring the state back to the forefront. And let's, one thing is very clear. Kerala has been going through an economic turmoil for the last 5 years. Ever since COVID, a lot of, Gulf Malayalis have returned. The remittances had trickled up quite a bit. Now it's coming back to a semblance of normalcy. Real estate transactions had gone down. So the economy was feeling a lot of that pain. And VD's point was, we should talk about how we can put Kerala back on a high growth trajectory instead of getting involved in all of these communal politics. And he took a principled stand, whether it is the SNDP, which Mr. Nateshan represents, the Irava community, whether it's the Nair Service Society, the NSS, or even Muslim bodies like the Jamaat have no role in politics and no role in candidate selection. It has to be decided by political parties. And he got a lot of support for that statement.
Now that he has the mandate and the post that he so much desired, it's game on from here on. He has a tall ask.
Absolutely. One quick question before we let you go, Pranesh and Zaka. The Wayanad warning, would that have literally hit home, hit the Parivar?
Meghna is asking about the Wayanad warning. Do you think that...
well, look, I think the league was trying to make a point that you have to anoint the person who led you into battle and won the battle for you as the chosen one. And I think Priyanka Gandhi realized that because she knows the popular support that Satheesan has. I think at some level, so would have Mr. Rahul Gandhi, except that KC is perceived to be very close to Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He's supposed to be his eyes and ears in Delhi. And they've had a long-standing association in Parliament. He's now the organizing general secretary, a very, very important post in the Congress. So I think what happened was Rahul Gandhi at some level would have been conflicted with his personal choice, which was clearly KC Venugopal in this instance, and the political sort of groundswell that he was seeing in Kerala. And I think because of that confusion, these last 10, 11 days, the people of Kerala have had to wait. The Congress MLAs have had to wait. The UDF partners have had to wait. I mean, the joke was in neighboring Tamil Nadu where there wasn't even a clear mandate and poor Mr. Vijay had to meet the governor 4 times. There the government has already been formed. In Kerala they had a clear verdict, the clearest verdict they've had in the last 30 or 40 years. And it's taken 11 days to pick a chief minister.
And Priyanka Gandhi Meghna didn't help KC Venugopal's case and cause either. So.
Absolutely, and it'll be interesting to see how the mechanisms really worked out within the Gandhi Parivar, who weighed in from where and how it was finally decided that Rahul Gandhi doesn't have a say. It is going to be the mass appeal, perhaps even pressure from the IUML, and their numbers that they are going to be going with VD Satheesan either ways. So let me go across to Imran. Imran, as we've been discussing, this is not just about the next 5 years, it's about the next 15 years. This is the strongest showing that the Congress has had in any of the states that it is currently in power, especially down south. That's the only last bastion. How important is it for VD Satheesan to now consolidate on this space?
Well, absolutely important. As you see, the Congress now next year, 7 states are going for polls, and very looking at the performance of the Congress, the best they could have done was as far as right now Congress is concerned in Tamil Nadu, where they have not been in power since 1960s. They probably will get 2 ministries right now, and they will part of a ruling coalition. And now here in Karnataka, they have government is in power. In Telangana, their government is in power, and now in Kerala the Congress is coming back to power with very thumping majority. So it is one of the best what Congress has done as far as South India is concerned. In the past elections we have seen where the Congress has seen successive defeats there and states losing after losing the states. So it's very important, and VD especially, we've seen that in the past, in the 1 week, how the groundswell of support was there, even though the high command was, even the majority of the MLAs had given a vote for KC. Some would read that because he had given the ticket, so they were loyal to him. But the groundswell of support within the party cadres and even the allies, IUML, put pressure on the Congress High Command to choose VD. And VD has a new task now. Like Zaka was saying, it was not so easy to unseat one of the powerful and strong chief minister like Pinarayi Vijayan.
Absolutely. In fact, let me go across to Arpita also, who's joining us. Arpita, what happens from here onwards? The challenges that we've been discussing for VD Satheesan, but on the ground, do you think all the MLAs who at one time put all their support behind KC Venugopal, will this factionalism now end, now that there is a formal decision coming in?
Now, Meghna, they don't have any other option, because even though sources had earlier suggested that 47 MLAs had given support to KC Venugopal, now VD Satishan has been officially announced the CM of Keralam. So those MLAs who had supported KC Venugopal, they will have to come to a consensus that now VD Satishan is their chief minister. Now, as far as alliance partners are concerned, all of the alliance partners, be it Muslim League, RSP, Kerala Congress, all of them had extended support for VD Satheesan because they were very clear that public sentiments should be given importance. Earlier when exit polls also, when they were asked who is the most preferred CM, everything, all of the polls suggested that VD Satheesan is the most preferred CM. So the alliance partners were constantly telling the High Command that all of these should be considered when taking a decision, and now it looks like High Command had to keep all of these things in mind while taking a decision, and that is why now VD Satishan has been named the Chief Minister of Kerala. Remember, Muslim League since day one has been extending their support for VD Satishan, and Muslim League is a very strong ally partner of UDF. After
Sorry to interrupt, KC Venugopal, the man who did not become the Chief Minister.
കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറച്ച് ദിവസങ്ങളുമായിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ രാജ്യം ചർച്ച ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സുപ്രധാനമായ കാര്യത്തിൽ പാർട്ടി ഹൈക്കമാൻഡ് ഇന്ന് തീരുമാനമെടുത്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കേരളത്തിലെ കോൺഗ്രസ് ലെജിസ്ലേറ്റീവ് പാർട്ടി നേതാവായിട്ടും മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയായിട്ടും ശ്രീ VD സതീശനെ കോൺഗ്രസ് ഹൈക്കമാൻഡ് നാമനിർദ്ദേശം ചെയ്തിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അതിൻ്റെ ഫോർമാലിറ്റിയും പ്രൊസീജിയറും അനുസരിച്ച് CLP യോഗം കൂടി ഒഫീഷ്യലായിട്ട് അത് അനൗൺസ് ചെയ്തു. ഇതിനെ സർവാത്മന ഞാൻ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്, സന്തോഷപൂർവ്വം സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുകയാണ്. കേരളത്തിലെ ജനങ്ങൾ വളരെ പ്രതീക്ഷയോടെയാണ് വൻ ഭൂരിപക്ഷം നൽകി UDF-നെ അധികാരത്തിലേക്ക് എത്തിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. 102 അംഗ ഭൂരിപക്ഷം എന്ന്
Kerala people with a lot of hope had given UDF a clear majority and had brought them to victory. So we had to take their emotions.
ആ സർക്കാർ നയിക്കുന്ന മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിക്കും ഗവൺമെന്റിനും മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാവിധ പിന്തുണയും വാഗ്ദാനം
We have taken public opinion and we have kept that in mind, and only then we have decided for.
അദ്ദേഹത്തിന് എല്ലാവിധ പിന്തുണയും വാഗ്ദാനം ചെയ്യും.
And congratulations for becoming the Chief Minister of Kerala.
ആദ്യമേ പറയുന്ന ഒരു കാര്യം, നിങ്ങൾ ഡൽഹിയിലെ പത്രക്കാര് നിങ്ങളിവിടെ വന്ന് ചോദിച്ചപ്പോഴൊക്കെ ഹൈക്കമാൻഡ് തീരുമാനിക്കും, തീരുമാനം എന്തായാലും പാർട്ടി പ്രവർത്തക നിലയിൽ അത് ശിരസാ വഹിക്കും. ഇതല്ലേ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ഇന്ന് വേറെ ഒന്നും പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഹൈക്കമാൻഡ് ഇന്ന് തീരുമാനിച്ചു, ആ തീരുമാനം ശിരസാ വഹിക്കുന്നു. ആ തീരുമാനം നടപ്പിലാക്കേണ്ടതിന്റെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് നിൽക്കാനാണ് ഞാൻ പിന്നെന്താ സംശയം?
I am standing with High Command's decision. High Command has taken the decision that VD is the Chief Minister, so I stand with High Command's decision.
എന്താണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ആഗ്രഹം എന്ന് ചോദിച്ചപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പറയാറുണ്ട്, ത്രിവർണ്ണ പതാക പുതപ്പിച്ച് മരിക്കണം എന്നാണ് ആഗ്രഹം. അത് തന്നെ ഇപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ പറയുന്നു. അതിനകത്ത് ഗവൺമെന്റിന് എല്ലാവിധ പിന്തുണയും കൊടുക്കും. അത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നതിനുള്ള എല്ലാ സഹായങ്ങളും എന്റെ ഭാഗത്തുണ്ടാവും.
All my support for the government.
അല്ല, അത്തരം പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾക്കൊന്നും മറുപടി പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമില്ല. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു, ഇത് പല സംസ്ഥാനങ്ങളിലും ഇത്തരം തീരുമാനങ്ങൾ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുന്ന ആളാണ് ഞാൻ. നിങ്ങൾക്കറിയാലോ, കർണാടകത്തിലായാലും തെലങ്കാനയിലായാലും ഹിമാചലിലായാലും ഇത്തരം തീരുമാനങ്ങൾ പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുന്നതാണ്. കേരളമായതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ പ്രഖ്യാപനത്തിൽ മാറിയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ആ പ്രഖ്യാപനത്തെ പൂർണ്ണമായിട്ടും അംഗീകരിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഒരു കോൺഗ്രസ് പ്രവർത്തക എന്ന നിലയിൽ ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടുന്നത്. നേതൃത്വം എല്ലാ വശങ്ങളും ആലോചിച്ചിട്ടായിരിക്കും തീരുമാനമെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ടാവുക. നേതൃത്വത്തിന് പല പാരാമീറ്റേഴ്സും ഉണ്ടാവും തീരുമാനമെടുക്കാൻ. ആ തീരുമാനം എടുക്കുന്നതനുസരിച്ച് അവർ ആ തീരുമാനം എടുത്തു. അല്ല, ആ തീരുമാനം അനുസരിച്ചിട്ട് അവർ തീരുമാനമെടുക്കും എന്നുള്ളതിന് സംശയമില്ല. അങ്ങനെ എടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതൊന്നും ഉണ്ടാകാൻ പോണില്ല. കോൺഗ്രസിനെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ ആർക്കും പറ്റത്തുമില്ല. അല്ല, അതിപ്പം വേട്ടയാടിനെ കുറിച്ചൊന്നും ഞാൻ പറയുന്ന അർത്ഥമില്ല. അതൊക്കെ എനിക്ക് പ്രത്യേകിച്ചിട്ട് പാർട്ടിക്ക് ഉപരിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇമേജ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാറില്ല. പാർട്ടിയാണ് എനിക്കെല്ലാം. പാർട്ടിക്ക് ഉപരിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഇമേജ് ഒന്നും ഞാൻ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കാറുമില്ല. പാർട്ടി പ്രവർത്തകന് വേദന ഉണ്ടാവും. ജനങ്ങളും എന്നും ആഗ്രഹിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പ്രവർത്തകനാണ് ഞാൻ. അതുകൊണ്ട് എന്നെ അങ്ങനെ സൈബറിടങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ ആക്ഷേപിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ഞാൻ സഹിച്ചോളാം. അതിനകത്തെന്താ? അതൊക്കെ തന്നെ കേരളത്തിൽ ഞാൻ ഇന്ന് തുടങ്ങിയതാണോ രാഷ്ട്രീയം? കഴിഞ്ഞ 10-45 വർഷമായില്ല. ഒരു സുപ്രഭാതത്തിൽ മുളച്ചു വീണതാണോ? എത്രയോ വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് എന്തെല്ലാം പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നടത്തിയിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഇതുവരെ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് എവിടെയെങ്കിലും വെച്ച് ശക്തമായിട്ടുള്ള കടന്നാക്രമണങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ടാകുമ്പോൾ ആ കടന്നാക്രമണത്തിൽ ഭയന്നോടുന്നവരാണോ നമ്മളെല്ലാം? ആക്രമിക്കട്ടെ, ഇനിയും ആക്രമിക്കട്ടെ. അവർക്ക് ആക്രമിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് അത് സധൈര്യം തുടരാം. പക്ഷെ എന്റെ തീരുമാനം വളരെ ക്ലിയർ ആണ്. പാർട്ടിയാണ് വലുത്, ജനങ്ങളാണ് വലുത്. ആ തീരുമാനത്തിനനുസരിച്ച് എന്റെ പാർട്ടി ലീഡർഷിപ്പിനെ കുറിച്ച് എനിക്ക് അഭിമാനം തോന്നി.
മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയാവണമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് അങ്ങ് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയാകണം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ഫ്ലക്സ് വെച്ചവരുണ്ട്. അവരൊക്കെ ഒരുപക്ഷെ നിരാശയിലാണ്. അവരോട് എന്താണ് അങ്ങേക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്?
അവർക്ക് എന്റെ ശൈലി അവർക്ക് നന്നായിട്ട് അറിയാം. അടിയുറച്ച പാർട്ടിക്കാരനാണ്. എനിക്ക് പറയാനുള്ളത്, ഈ തീരുമാനം അംഗീകരിക്കുന്നതിനും മുന്നോട്ട് കൊണ്ടുപോകുന്നതിനും അവരെല്ലാവരും കൂടെ ഉണ്ടാകണം എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എനിക്ക് പറയാനായിട്ടുള്ളത്.
ചോദ്യം, പാർട്ടിക്ക് ഉപരിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഇമേജ് കേരളത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടായതായിട്ട് കണക്കാക്കപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ടോ?
അങ്ങനെ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞോ? അല്ല, ഇന്നത്തെ ദിവസമെങ്കിലും അങ്ങനെ ഒന്ന് കുത്തി ചോദിക്കാതെ. ഇല്ല, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, എനിക്ക് ഇത്രയേ പറയാനുള്ളൂ. ഇത്രയും നിങ്ങൾ കുറെ ദിവസമായിട്ട് നിങ്ങളിങ്ങനെ വരും, എനിക്ക് നിങ്ങളുടെ മുമ്പിൽ കാണാൻ പറ്റാറില്ല. അതിന്റെ പ്രയാസമുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്ന് ഇത് കണ്ടിട്ട് നിങ്ങളോട്
അത് ചോദിക്കുന്നതേ ഇപ്പൊ BJP ഒക്കെ ആക്ഷേപം ഉന്നയിക്കുന്നു, ഈ ലീഗിന്റെ സമ്മർദ്ദം എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വന്നു, അങ്ങനെ സമ്മർദ്ദത്തിന്
BJPയുടെ ആക്ഷേപമൊക്കെ വെറുതെ പ്രതാവിലുള്ള ആക്ഷേപം. BJPയുടെ ആക്ഷേപത്തിന് ഞാൻ മറുപടി പറയുന്നത്, അവരെല്ലാ കാലത്തും കോൺഗ്രസിനെ ആക്ഷേപിക്കുന്ന ജോലിയിലേ അവർക്കുള്ളൂ. അവർക്ക് വേറെ എന്താ ആക്ഷേപം ഉണ്ടോ? അല്ല, ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, ഇതിനകത്ത് ഈ കാര്യത്തിൽ കൃത്യമായിട്ടുള്ള UDFന്റെ ലീഡർഷിപ്പിന്റെ, അല്ല കോൺഗ്രസ് ലീഡർഷിപ്പിന്റെ തീരുമാനമാണ്.
സത്യപ്രതിജ്ഞ ചടങ്ങിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കും.
പിന്നെ നല്ല ചോദ്യമല്ലേ ഇത്? Now the final decision. Now the final decision have been come. Congress High Command decided VD Satishan as the Chief Ministerial candidate for Chief Minister for Kerala government. Wholeheartedly I am welcoming that decision. I am congratulating VD Satishan for this position. I think that people of Kerala has given a big verdict for the UDF. The government under the leadership of VD Satheesan can fulfill the aspirations and promises of the people of Kerala. Certainly, we are totally with the government of Kerala.
So what discussions were held? What do you like to say? 2 hours meeting was held with Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi.
No, Rahul and
What was the discussion,
both of them are discussing about the situations and the decision-making process. How they called me and they asked me my opinion, and we are all discussing with that.
there were several posters also installed at AICC, NSUI. Supporters wanted you to be the chief minister. Many MLAs wanted you, more than 40 plus. What would you like
No. I'm thanking for the MLAs, party workers, party functionaries for that support they have given to me. But finally party took a decision. As a sincere congressman, we are all behind the party decision.
Will you be going to Kerala?
Certainly.
Sir, your name was coming up first during the entire race. Why do you think VD was chosen in the end?
Okay, thank you.
That happened, so why
No individual. No individual.
Would you like to thank party for the kind of responsibility you
Well, that's huge. That's huge. KC Venugopal, he now emerges as the gracious martyr who's given up on his dream to serve his party. He continues to remain in Delhi as the AICC General Secretary of the entire organization, while Vidi Satishan is the next Kerala Chief Minister. His coronation is all set. We are awaiting for the final staking of claim with the governor. But what are the implications of this? You just heard KC Venugopal come out and said, we are 100% with the High Command. He's the one who has my support. We welcome VD Satheesan and this decision by the High Command. Let me go across to Mr. R. Rajagopalan also, who's joining us. Do you think finally, Mr. Rajagopalan, KCV has been placated? Do you think there's a pound of flesh that perhaps he got for the big sacrifice? He gave a very gracious speech as well.
No, KC Venugopal is now compromised candidate. Satheesan was to be the Eknath Shinde of Congress, but somehow Congress, leaders prevailed on others to accept Mr. KC Satheesan. But in short, I say, Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been saying about the OBC, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe. Mr. Satheesan is an upper caste person. Why can't they bring a OBC? And all the 3 contenders are upper caste. My only simple point...
But Mr. Rajagopalan, why should a decision of a chief minister be based on his caste? Shouldn't mass appeal? Rahul Gandhi's pick perhaps wasn't VD Satheesan, is what all sources are telling us. It was KC Venugopal. Finally, it was the people's mandate which actually seemed to have forced the Congress High Command's hand.
It is a people's mandate. Why should Mr. Rahul Gandhi then claim that, everywhere it should be... When he went to Apollo Hospital, he said there is no doctor of OBC. When he went to UPSC, he said there is no... Therefore, mandate is to be respected. In short, I say Rahul Gandhi's power and also the authority is getting reduced. Priyanka Gandhi is getting upper hand in Congress.
Ah, that's interesting. Let me go across to Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan is also joining us. Madhav, a lot of speculation now. Does this mean, on one hand, you have, of course, Vidi Satheesan all set for his coronation, but what does it imply about the mechanics within the Congress top brass and the Parivar that Sonia Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi seem to have prevailed in this decision of Vidi Satheesan and Rahul Gandhi didn't?
Well, actually, Meghna, this reminds me of what happened in the last assembly election, because, when Ramesh Channitala had a majority of the MLA's support, his candidature as LOP was scuttled at that point of time, and many believe that many of the senior leaders who are involved in this entire crisis were actually responsible for that. Now, once again, with VD Satishan becoming the chief minister, the tables appear to have turned as far as, this entire matter is concerned. KC Venugopal, despite having the backing of the Congress High Command, having the backing of the Gandhi family, was not able to do anything in terms of actually getting the seat, something that many believed was a given, outcome as far as this entire election is concerned. VD Satheesan, the kind of support that he has demonstrated, A, with the party workers on ground, and B, with the kind of support of the alliance partners such as IUML, for whom, in fact, even crucial seats such as Wayanad become extremely important, is a risk that clearly the Congress High Command did not want to take. And, using these kind of threats, clearly VD Satheesan has been able to have his way, while KC Venugopal may be smiling right now, saying that he goes by whatever his party leadership has decided, and he accepts that. He congratulates VD Satheesan as far as becoming the next chief minister and getting the mandate of the people of Kerala is concerned. Clearly, he would be hurting inside. Now, whether there has been any kind of compromise, any kind of suggestion or assurance given by the Congress High Command to KC Venugopal as far as not just his own role as General Secretary organization, but perhaps a larger role, more responsibilities being given to him, we don't know at this point of time, but sources certainly indicate that that could be a possible attempt at
Sorry to
modifying
interrupt
KC
you,
Venugopal.
Madhav. We have none other than PK Kunhalikutti, an MLA with the IUML. Very, very significant here. Are you finally happy with the decision? Mr. Kunhalikutti, the IUML had put its full weight, openly endorsed VD Satheesan. You seem to have managed to get your way. Well, it appears that we are still awaiting there seems a bit of a problem there. We'll try and reconnect with IUML. In fact, Madhav, I'm going to come across to you. This is going to be perhaps one of the biggest make or break factors, wasn't it? The way that IUML said that this is our pick, we put our might behind VD Satheesan because he was the popular choice. How big a role did that party play?
Well, IUML has played a very important role. Any which way you look at it, whether UDF confirms it, denies it, whatever they say the Congress says is immaterial, because the very same playbook has been used in the 90s by A.K. Antony to sort of unseat K. Karunakaran. He had the support of the IUML at that point of time, and IUML with a significant chunk of MLAs certainly is one ally that the Congress would not want to disappoint. A similar sort of takeover or a sort of coup that we saw at that point of time. So it's that very playbook that VD Satheesan appears to have used once again to actually have gotten the chief minister's seat, and that's clearly evident in the manner in which things have played out over the last several weeks. IUML has been very vocal. They've been very clear as far as who they support, who they feel the people's mandate has been for. And yes, VD Satheesan is a fact that he has been extremely active on ground, whether it's on the assembly, taking on the Pinarayi Vijayan government, or in fact, as far as the campaign is concerned, as one of the most prominent faces. He is being seen as someone who really has, managed this entire battle, this entire election campaign as far as Congress is concerned, and therefore is the rightful contender for the chief minister's face. Now, this is something, of course, KC Venugopal perhaps had not taken into account, perhaps should have anticipated before this election, because many felt that it would be KC who would be, sort of paratroop down on ground. Now, the differences between the three leaders, while they were playing out several months before, about a month or two before the campaign, they had stopped making these comments and they fought this election unitedly. They fought as one as far as the Congress party is concerned. Now, of course, what will be very interesting to see is how things pan out over the next 5 years. Remember that both KC Venugopal and Ramesh Channitala are much senior to VD Satheesan within the party's rank and file as senior leaders of the Congress party. Now, will there be more tricks up their sleeve over the next 5 years? Will there be more sort of cloak and dagger politics? We don't know. But at this point of time, judging by the fact that, we've seen at least 10 days of machinations going on, it is VD Satheesan who has appeared to be the front runner. And once, of course, he's elected as chief minister, certainly likely to be the one who will complete the next 5 years. So one really does not know what will happen after the current round of politics that we've seen.
Absolutely. In fact, we have visuals also. We're going to put that out on your screens of the celebrations which have already begun on the ground. Vidi Satheesan's cadres, the rank and file, his supporters all celebrating the decision which is coming in. Let me bring in Shekhar Ayyar as well. What do you think, Shekhar Ayyar, happened behind? I'd give anything to be a fly on the wall in that meeting between KCV and Rahul Gandhi, and of course the separate one which happened in Kharge. Who prevailed where, and what do you think is on the table for KC Venugopal as he now emerges as the martyr who gave up his CM ambitions to serve the party?
Well, I think Rahul Gandhi saw the writing on the wall, because this 10 days would not have been needed if they were to purely go by the wishes of the rank and file. So you saw a lengthy discussion, talking to so many people. See, this count of the heads, MLAs particularly, realizing the importance of KC Venugopal, it was natural for many MLAs to back Venugopal because he's a very influential and close to Rahul Gandhi. So they thought ultimately the Venugopal's name would prevail. See, now the battle will shift to the composition of the cabinet. Now that everybody, it's quite possible those MLAs who were backing Venugopal will realize now that the High Command has blessed Satheesan, there could be a shift of loyalty. But at the same time, I think the core supporters of Venugopal would buy time. Of course, there are also a limited number of MLAs who back Ramesh Chenitala. So, I heard 2 days ago there was a formula where Venugopal would be the CM and Chenitala would be the Home Minister. Same pattern was earlier done. But I think after Sonia Gandhi stepped in, and she spoke to several leaders, including Mr. A.K. Antony, and the feedback she got was that it would not be prudent at this stage to ignore Satheesan. I think a good counsel prevailed, and Rahul Gandhi also realized that it is better that this new tenure of the Congress in Kerala begins on the right note. We all saw how allies like IUML were very open about it. They said those who fought the election must contest. And as KC Venugopal today, conceded, he says, I have been saying all the time, it is for people who contested election and MLAs will decide. He had not contested election. Imagine if KC Venugopal were to go as CM, there would be 2 by-elections. There would be by-election for Lok Sabha from Alapura and also a by-election for an assembly berth for Venugopal to enter the assembly. I think it's a good decision they have taken. And Congress High Command, I think, has been very, very sensitive. Instead of just pushing Venugopal's name, they have gone by the wishes of all the people with whom Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi have spoken.
Right. Mr. Shekhar Ayyar, stay on with us. Let me also get in a word from Mr. R. Rajgopalan. Do you think the party high command in Keralam, at least this time, has learned the lessons, from what all has happened in the past, and it has successfully managed to avert a possible internal crisis that could have erupted if KC Venugopal was picked over VD Satheesan?
KC Venugopal had an organizational capacity in Kerala as far as concerned. But KC Venugopal has got a lot of MLAs. Now the British problem, Mr. Satheesan, he will make the IUML as Home Minister, any representative from that, because he has to show the loyalty to IUML. IUML is the party which brought more seats. They have got 22. They will also claim more. But Ramesh Chenitala, being a senior person, is he being given finance ministry or not? This KC Venugopal's 2 loyalists, they ought to be on board. So therefore, confusion continues. I am still sure Kerala will go Karnataka way in 1 year's time, because this Tekafar will start, and Chenitala is a senior most cabinet minister in every chief ministers.
Okay.
So therefore, I think that it should be a very interesting days ahead. Kerala is heading for another Karnataka level.
Okay, you're saying Kerala is likely to go the Karnataka way, but Madhav, what's also interesting is that if indeed somebody from IUML is made the Home Minister, as it is being speculated right now, that will definitely give BJP also an opportunity to target the Congress party, suggesting that it is the IUML that's really calling the shots here.
Well, I think that is a very well-known fact that IUML is the single largest ally as far as the UDF is concerned, really has a big say in the manner in which they actually, the party runs, the alliance runs. Remember that they also have a strike rate of about 80%. They won 22 of the 27 seats. Now, that gives them a huge say in how things run and the huge chunk of seats they have. And in fact, important update coming in, which Niyamika is getting to us, that Ramesh Channitala has already, spoken about how he's disappointed about the decision of the High Command. In fact, Niyamika can give us that update.
Okay, sorry. I was interrupting earlier because Sunny Joseph was addressing the media. We'll come back to that in just a bit. What were you saying about the new information that has come in?
Niyamika, please tell us about what Ramesh Channitala has communicated to the High Command as far as, the fact that he's upset that seniority has been ignored as far as the party leadership is concerned, with VDS being given the Chief Minister's chair.
Well, yes, this is the latest information which we are getting from the sources that when Mr. Ramesh Channitala was being informed about the decision of the party high command, he was very much upset over the fact that the seniority factor was completely being ignored by the party's top brass. When a call was being made to Mr. Ramesh Channitala for telling him that it is going to be Vidi Satishan's name which is going to be announced from the podium from the press conference at the AICC headquarters, Mr. Ramesh Channitala has expressed his dissatisfaction because it was him only who had first held the meeting with Mr. Rahul Gandhi when he had come here soon after the assembly elections results were out. He held a meeting and a discussion with both Mr. Rahul Gandhi as well as Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, expressing his own desire to become the chief minister. He had stated that last time also Mr. Oman Chandy was being considered for the chief ministerial position only because of the seniority factor. So he had expressed his opinion to the party high command that the same formula will be implemented this time as well. But now, Mr. Vidi Satheesan has been declared as the chief minister of Kerala. It is quite being possible that Mr. Ramesh Channitala is going to be very upset over the fact that he is not being chosen by the party high command. His seniority is completely being ignored, and that is what is being expressed by him to the party's top brass as well.
Absolutely, and he's been looked over multiple times in the past for the Chief Minister's post. Remember, he's been an aspirant for multiple terms. And what really will be the impact of that, and how stable will this government be? Let's quickly get in Imran on that as well. Imran, I'd like you to come in on this. In fact, while VD Satishan will, of course, be the Chief Minister, the protests that we've seen over the last few days likely to come to an end. But how easy will it be for VD Satishan with two sulking senior leaders? Not just KC Venugopal, but also Ramesh Channitala. All right, I'm told VD Satishan is sitting down. Just a second, Imran. Let's cut across live to VD Satishan.
Please. Silence. Please.
minute. So Vidi Satishan any moment there expected to address the briefing. Of course, the man of the moment, because he has been announced by the AICC as the next CLP leader, the Congress Legislative Party leader, and expected any moment now to start speaking there in Thiruvananthapuram. He's fought, of course, a very tough battle against stalwarts of the party, including KC Venugopal and Ramesh Chennithala. And now, of course, at this moment when he's all smiled, let's listen to what he has to say.
Congress. The
Indian National Congress has given me a big responsibility. I am thanking the AICC, the Congress President, Rahul Gandhi as well, thanking them for this. Through this tough election, the ones who've been able to do this or help me to achieve this are the lakhs of UDF supporters and leaders. Certainly, the fact that I have reached here, I owe them a huge amount of gratitude. The people of Kerala have given us a huge amount of responsibility. 10 years of the previous incumbency of the LDF government. Whatever we have assured the people of Kerala, we will fulfill all of them one by one, however difficult they are. We are committed to improving the life of the people of Kerala and taking it towards a new Kerala, towards a new era. We are committed towards taking all efforts in that direction. It is our commitment that has actually helped us to change the entire mandate with this commitment. This is not being seen as a human mandate, but a divine mandate. There are many who have actually helped towards that. It is AICC which has helped towards achieving the superhuman mandate. Mr. KC Venugopal has played a very serious role in this. Every day consulting with us on various issues and backing us up on the same. Campaign committee chairman and earlier LOP Mr. Ramesh Chennithala has also played a very important role. He is my leader. He is one of my favored leaders as well as party leaders. KPCC President Sunny Joseph has also played a very important role. AICC in charge Deepa Das Munshi has also played a very important role in this entire campaign. I am conveying my gratitude and thanks to each and every one of them, because this is a huge responsibility that has been given to us. It's a very serious condition that the state was in. We have to rectify whatever mistakes were made in the past. We have to save Kerala and take it towards a new Kerala and take everybody along. It has to be a good team. A new team has to be built, because one individual on his own cannot do anything. Therefore, it has to be a team that has to come forward and do this to save Kerala, and we have to build that team, and that responsibility is something that has been given to us, has been entrusted to us. Thanking all, thanking the people of Kerala as well. There are formalities that have to be done. There are procedures that will have to be followed. In other parties, chief ministers have taken so long to be elected, or selected rather. When there are many factors that have to be looked at, party leaders will examine the various aspects and they will therefore consult with MLAs, MPs, senior leaders. And through that consultation process will then arrive at a decision. Congress party is not an ordinary party. It is a party that has a galaxy of leaders, many capable leaders, experienced leaders who are there. Therefore, searching for just one individual is a very difficult task, and it's a very important task that has been conducted beautifully now by the party.
അല്ല തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ജനങ്ങൾ പിന്തുണച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് ജനങ്ങൾ യുഡിഎഫിനെ പ്രതീക്ഷയോടുകൂടി കാണുകയാണ്
People are
യുഡിഎഫിനെ
looking at the UDF with a lot of expectation and therefore has made the UDF win in these elections. Given the kind of expectations that they have, Team UDF is now going to come together. It is the entire alliance that has functioned as one party, whether it is PK Kunyalikutty or PJ Joseph, who's a very senior leader, Mr. Premachandran, Mr. Shibu Baby John of the RSP, CP John, UDF Secretary, Rajan Babu, Manisi Kaman, Anuj Jacob, all have played a very important role as UDF leaders. They've functioned as one single party. They have given me a lot of advice, they have given me a lot of blessings. They have even told me to correct whatever wrongs I have done.
അത് പാർട്ടിയായിട്ടും ഘടകകക്ഷികളുമായിട്ടും ആലോചിച്ച്
Party and alliance partners will come together. We will meet the governor. I will meet you first after that meeting. Once we come together and the parliamentary party comes together, there is a process that has to be conducted. We have to all come together to decide the same.
വരട്ടെ ഞാനല്ലല്ലോ മന്ത്രിമാരെ തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത് കൂട്ടായിട്ടാണ് തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത് പാർട്ടിയാണ് മന്ത്രിമാരെ തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത്
Party is the one which has to decide who the ministers are. It is the party which takes that call.
ഞാനല്ല തീരുമാനിക്കുന്നത് മന്ത്രിമാരെ എന്നോട് അഭിപ്രായം ചോദിക്കും പാർട്ടി മറ്റു നേതാക്കളോട് അഭിപ്രായം ചോദിക്കും എന്നിട്ട് പാർട്ടിയാണ് അത് ചെയ്യുന്നത് വേറെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ഉണ്ടോ
All right, so that's in fact VD Satheesan, his first comment publicly after in fact being announced as a CLP leader, saying that it is the party which has taken this call, thanking very importantly KC Venugopal and Ramesh Chennithala, who are the other frontrunners for the Chief Minister's post, saying all decisions will be taken, thanking the alliance partners for guiding him and fighting as one party, saying the UDF did not fight as a front but as one party. All right, he's going to speak in English now. Let's listen in.
So your first reaction after the announcement?
Yes. എല്ലാവരും വരട്ടെ
Camera.
Let the cameras come. Wait.
ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്
Sir, what is your first reaction? Initially, you have been the next Chief Minister of Kerala.
I express my sincere gratitude towards my party, the IACC leadership. They entrusted me with huge responsibility. And I am very thankful to the team UDF, the leaders and workers, those who work hard as a single party. And I dedicate my chief ministership to the people of Kerala. We have promised many things, and I think we can build a team. That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era, a new Kerala. That is our target. We know that we are going through the tough times. Fiscal situation of Kerala is vulnerable. Even then, we are hopeful that we can change everything.
Sir, when are you meeting governor and when are you taking oath, sir?
That I have to discuss with my party leaders and the coalition leaders. Then only we will fix the next procedures.
Any call from Rahul Gandhi, any congratulatory call from Rahul Gandhi or KC Venugopal?
Definitely, all the ACC leaders called me. They congratulated me.
So there has been a delay of about 11 days.
No. In so many places. You have to go through that. They took time. Kerala, you know that there are galaxy of leadership is here. After a procedure, consulting with MLAs, MPs, senior leaders.
Sir, initially there were reports that MLAs were backing KC Venugopal, but alliance partners were always backing you.
All these newses were created by you, the media people.
Satheesan,
I cannot answer.
How will you handle MLA support? How will you gather MLA support, and is it a challenge for you?
Who told you I don't have any MLA support?
Now that you are CM, you are all the support.
You are all creating.
So when is the swearing in? So when can we expect the swearing in?
That after having discussion with the
Today you are
other.
meeting the governor? Today you are meeting the governor?
Not decided so far. I have to consult with my leaders and to the coalition leaders.
CLP is happening today?
Yeah, definitely. CLP is happening. We are waiting for the ACC observers. When they are landed, it will be there.
VD Satishan ji, sir, you are live on Andy TV. Satishan ji, sir. Sir, you are live on Andy TV. You are live on CNN News 18. We all
All right, so you just heard from the man of the moment, Vidi Satheesan. This was his first statement. He thanked KC Venugopal as well as Sunny Joseph. And of course, he steered clear of any kind of controversial remark today, because he was specifically asked whether he has the support of all MLAs or not. Let me go back to my colleague Madhav, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Madhav, interestingly, he thanked KC Venugopal.
Well, absolutely. And I think that's quite an obvious reference to what has happened over the last few days. In fact, let's bring in Mr. Rajgopal as well as Shekhar Iyer on that, because, the very fact that Mr. Rajgopal, the first person who has thanked profusely for picking up the phone, answering the problems on a daily basis to the campaign was first KC Venugopal and then Ramesh Chennitala. All the alliance partners comes much later, because the alliance partners, even though they are the ones who actually helped him to actually become the chief minister, the thanking of KC Venugopal and Ramesh Chennitala, VD Satheesan hopes will be enough to see him through the next 5 years, saying we have to work as a team and the entire team has to take Kerala into a new Kerala and a new era. But will that really be enough? Can we expect more twists in the tail?
It is not enough, Madhav. My only simple understanding is why he did not take the name of Gandhis, three Gandhis, Sonia, Priyanka and Rahul Gandhi. He was more eulogizing the IUML and others. Why Venugopal? Why not Rahul Gandhi? Therefore, his tenure may not last more than 2.5 years like Siddaramaiah. He is another Kerala Siddaramaiah, and Kerala Sivakumar is Ramesh Chennitala.
Right, and in fact, let me bring in Shekhar Iyer on that as well. Shekhar Iyer, what do we expect, because Ramesh Chennitala is upset. He has communicated that to the party leadership, and we are told he has left for his constituency of Haripad. He has left Thiruvananthapuram. So, mollycoddling or actually convincing Ramesh Chennitala may be a much tougher task than actually convincing KC Venugopal, because KC Venugopal, at the end of the day, is the General Secretary organization. He has a very important role. But for Ramesh Chennitala, this was perhaps his last shot at becoming Chief Minister.
Yes, indeed, Chennitala has not minced words about his disappointment. But then he did not even have more than half a dozen MLAs who were with him. So in terms of numbers also, there was an issue. But then, as it happens, considering VD Satheesan's profile and the support he was getting from the rank and file, he was a kind of a choice who could have been. At one stage we were told if KC Venugopal were to withdraw from the race, perhaps Chennitala could become CM and Satheesan could be deputy CM. Several formulas were considered, but ultimately I think they realized none of these formulas would work. And the Satheesan's approach right now, the way he began thanking KC Venugopal, then he began thanking other leaders, goes to show that he also realized the task on his hand, and you saw how he responded to to a reporter's question. Okay, do you have enough MLAs? He said, who told you? This is all media's creation. So it is a tough task. I think the task will get tougher when it comes to the composition of the cabinet. That is where you will have the various factions, vying for a berth. And of course, this is not due to the Congress in Kerala. We have seen it right from time when there was a Karunakaran group and an Antony group. So these are part of the thing. But what must be, noticed is that Congress High Command decided that they have to go by the wishes of the rank and file. And the kind of input that Sonia Gandhi got from various PCC leaders, and that is something what I think Rahul Gandhi also appreciated. Well, Satheesan will be given a chance now at least to prove his chief ministership, and at the moment I don't see any problem, even if there are a few MLAs who are not happy with the choice. But ultimately I think with the High Command's backing, Satheesan should not have a problem for at least a couple of years.
Mr. R. Rajgopalan, but what happens to Mr. Ramesh Chennithala? Yesterday, when the news had trickled in that possibly an announcement is going to happen, there were supporters not just outside VD Satheesan's residence, there were supporters outside Mr. Ramesh Chennithala's residence as well. How does the party placate him? Will giving him the home ministry, as is now being speculated, do the job? Or will he constantly be a thorn on the side of Mr. VD Satheesan for the next 5 years?
Ramesh Chennithala, I know him very well. And second thing, he will not be compromising only on home ministership, because home minister is going to IUML. Because they want that IUML position home ministry. My only sincere point is Ramesh Chennithala will not be a Eknath Shinde, but slowly he's sidelining by the Congress High Command will definitely make him as Raghav Chadda. One day or other, he will leave Congress, or whether he promotes his own party or not. He has been very close to, every chief minister, Ramesh Chennithala. He was senior minister, He was in the Karunakaran cabinet also. Such a senior person should not have been sidelined. But again, Satheesan is a very, very new, and still Congress voted for him, preferred him. And in his press conference, as I told Madhav, I am also telling you.
A state can have only one chief minister. If the man who has led from the front is not picked, the question is who will be picked? You can be a veteran, you could have worked for the party for many, many years, but here's a man who's been the leader of opposition in Kerala. Here's the man who's been the face of 100 seats campaign in Kerala. He's the man who has led from the front. My question simply is, why did KC think he had a chance? Forget Mr. Chennithala. Because at one point in the campaign, I clearly remember KC saying, I'm not up for the chief ministerial position in the state if we win.
Because he was very close to Rahul Gandhi, that is why he claimed that. The public perception was that. But the votes were for Satheesan. The organization...
No, Kerala is a separate place, because here the coalition politics is there. There are gaps of leadership in the Congress party. So we adopted the Congress president to take a decision. Congress President and Sri Rahul Ji, all other leaders, Priyanka Ji, all other leaders, in charge General Secretary, all leaders, discuss with MLAs, MPs, senior leaders, former PCC presidents, with A.K. Antony Ji, working committee members, they have taken a decision. They have taken a decision. I am not an outsider. I was the CLP leader for the last 5 years. I have been in the assembly for the last 25 years. Continuously from 2001 to 2026.
Sir, there were reports that the MLA that 47 of them were backing KC Venugopal. There's a lot of confusion.
All those created by you media people. You have been creating news. Because it took 11 days. So without reporting, some other channels are repeating, then you have to report. So
you will be meeting with Governor today?
That I have to consult with my party leaders and my coalition leaders. Then only we will take a decision.
Okay. And CLP meeting will be held today?
CLP meeting is there. That is procedure
formalities should be complied. Okay.
When can we expect your swearing in?
No, I cannot say. It's not a single decision. Okay. I have to discuss with the coalition partners and the party leaders.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Sir.
You have it. Our reporter Arpita on the ground in Kerala getting us that exclusive interview with Kerala's new Chief Minister, Vidi Satheesan. Madhav, just come in here. It's very interesting because Arpita asked him, but you know, there'll be a little heartburn. The fact is that there were 3 contenders to the throne, etc., etc. And he's saying, look, it is a creation of the media. You guys had to report for 11 days. You had nothing to do. Therefore, you were reporting this rift. But the rift was very real. And it was out in the open, Madhav.
Absolutely. In fact, VD Satheesan being a little creative there, taking a little bit of creative liberty after becoming the Chief Minister designate. And it's quite clear, the last 3 days of meetings, you know, Imran has been, for instance, breaking for us the information that Deepa Das Munshi actually went to the airport or prepared to go to the airport 3 times and was called back. Once she had actually reached the airport and was called back. What was she going to the airport for and why was she called back then? The party clearly had multiple changes of heart. It's not just, of course, what happened last night at the meeting. Even this morning, you know, KC Venugopal decided to dig in his heels and once again push for himself as the Chief Minister. Multiple rounds of meetings. The observers were supposed to leave early morning and reach Trivandrum at 11 a.m. But why did they postpone their meeting and decide to make the announcement in Delhi instead? Quite clearly, you know, there were attempts at trying to scuttle the announcement of VD Satheesan and VD Satheesan finally emerging. While, of course, we had seen how Mukul Vasnik's file very famously had a list of those MLAs who were supporting KC Venugopal. It's the pressure from the allies that has at some level or the other played a very, very important role. Which is not to say that VD Satheesan did not have any Congress MLAs. He had a chunk of Congress MLAs who were supporting him. But the additional pressure of the IUML, the fact that IUML has a huge influence in the Wayanad region where Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is currently a member of parliament for, all of these have been important reasons. And remember that, Shreya, this is not for the first time this is happening. In the 90s, as well as I was mentioning a short while earlier, when A.K. Antony, you know, upstaged K. Karunakaran, which was an unthinkable act at that point of time because Karunakaran was a much larger than life figure. He was the single biggest leader who had been, in fact, Chief Minister from the 70s. Upstaging him was seen as a huge task, and it was done with a similar kind of support of allies such as the IUML at that point of time. So VD Satheesan has just sort of dipped into that particular playbook, and VD Satheesan and KC Venugopal, mind you, have been very closely working. From the last assembly election, they have been working closely together. So now, of course, the fact that they were in this final race, and the fact that Satheesan has been able to come forward, you know, this clearly, of course, raises questions as to what will happen, and has VD Satheesan been able to have his way? Because KC Venugopal, being someone who Rahul Gandhi relies on for all his big decisions in relation to states, in relation to allies, coordination with chief ministers of various states and various PCC chiefs, you know, such an important person, if he was not able to have his way, that too raises questions about whether VD Satheesan has some way or the other been able to bear down upon the party's leadership. Of course, the protest notwithstanding, the rank and file notwithstanding.
Madhav, maybe good counsel from the ground prevailed, because there were reports that Priyanka Gandhi had told the leadership that, look, it is Vidi Satheesan who has the support of the rank and file and you cannot ignore the ground sentiment. So that is something that was conveyed by Priyanka Gandhi as well. Of course, there's a conspiracy theory that Mr. R. Rajgopalan has floated, that this will be a Karnataka-like model, etc. So far, Mr. Rajgopalan, there is no news of that. But before I come to you, can I just introduce Colonel Dinny on the broadcast as well, spokesperson of the Kerala BJP. Colonel Dinny, many congratulations. Your state now has a chief minister. Would you want to congratulate Mr. Vidi Satheesan and the Congress party?
Absolutely, ma'am. Definitely, I would like to congratulate Shri Vidi Satishan for being nominated as the Chief Minister, and I hope that he works in the best interest of the people of Keralam. That is the first part. But the second part is, you know, we in Keralam are quite apprehensive. You know, the kind of governance is going to come in the future. The reason why I say so is the drama which we saw for the last 11 days. After getting a huge mandate, a decisive mandate, and that mandate was not pro-VD Satheesan, it was anti-Pinarayi Vijayan, anti-left governance for 10 years. So that was the first part. People are fed up with the 10 years of misgovernance, which arrogant governance of Mr.
102 out of 140, and you are saying the mandate was not for the alliance. Kya baat kar rahe, Colonel Dinny?
I'm saying the mandate was against the ruling government of the day. There was so much of angst against the people who were ruling for 10 years that people were fed up that they wanted to get another alternative, and that alternative was as the people saw, was the UDF, and now we have a chief minister. So Mr. Vidi Satishan is not that as if he was the person who was the face of everything. That is not the complete picture. Now, point number 2. Ma'am, as it's very clear that the High Command, Mr. Shri Rahul Gandhi and the team, wanted Mr. KC Venugopal as the chief minister. Otherwise, this drama would not have continued for 11 days. But the strong, pressure from Indian Union Muslim League, that was the reason why it got delayed, and that is the reason why finally Mr. Vidi Satishan was nominated as the chief minister. Otherwise, this thing could have been got over from day one.
What is the problem with allies putting pressure? This is a powerful ally. This is an ally with 22 seats. They will put pressure.
Ma'am, see, the problem is that allies, the largest party is the Congress party. The Congress party decides who should be their CLP leader. And now you have somebody sitting outside saying, no, we would like this person as the CLP leader. That is not, internal party democracy. It is clear pressure tactics for their own political interests. And why I say so is, ma'am, earlier also, earlier this Indian Union Muslim League has a history of demanding more than their share. There's a famous case of 5th Minister, and Mr. A.K. Antony, the then Chief Minister, is on record saying that because they are organized, because they are united, the minorities exert undue pressure on them. This is the statement of Mr. A.K.
So what is your fear? Colonel Dini, what is the fear as regards the IUML? That the IUML will get the Home Ministry, because that is something that has already been spoken about.
No, ma'am, I'll tell you the exact fear what we have. The IUML went into this election saying, famously by Mr. K.M. Shaji, that for them religion is the priority. This is, and nobody from the Congress, nobody from IUML changed that stand. Nobody. And they said that what we have lost in 10 years for the community, we will get it back. Now, even the CPM and everybody is asking, what have they lost in this 10 years? This is communalization of politics. So that is what we are fearing. This communal politics should not come into Kerala. What Kerala requires is development, and that, apart, people are talking only of religion. And IUML is very clearly stating that we will decide the chief minister, we will decide the agenda, and that is what our fears are.
Mr. Mishra, you're joining us on the broadcast, speaking on behalf of the Congress party. Is that what has happened? Has an ally with 22 seats, a powerful ally with a great strike rate, are they the ones who have decided the chief minister of the state, or is it the High Command that has decided? And does the IUML get the Home Ministry as is being speculated?
I think we should stop speculating on the first place. Chief minister is decided by all the MLAs. There is meeting.
Oops. Terrible audio. Mr. Mishra, you're not taking Digital India seriously. Bad audio. We'll try and fix it in a bit. But Madhav, would you just want to quickly come in here? I mean, I've heard some talk and some speculation of the IUML possibly getting the Home Ministry, but there's nothing official about it, given the fact that they have just half an hour ago picked the Chief Minister.
Well, I think it's very early to speculate about what portfolio, what department, which ally and which leader will get. As in fact, VD Satheesan was asked the same question, and he has very much said that this very aspect is something that the party's leadership will decide, and it's not something that has even been decided at this point of time, where he has also not formally been elected as a CLP leader. That is one process that needs to happen. Then they need to go to Raj Bhavan and stake claim. So there's a series of processes that have to happen as per the established procedure, and that's when, at a later stage, they decide as to who is the minister and who's getting which portfolio. But certainly, of course, IUML will demand its own pound of flesh. Having supported VD Satheesan, they are definitely going to seek some key portfolios. Which are those portfolios at this point of time? Perhaps a little early to speculate.
Yeah, and if they get home, that'll start another fresh round of controversy, and Colonel Dini will be in our studios every day then. Shekhar Iyer, I'm just going to get in here. Just something that came to my mind. Mr. Chenitala is a veteran. He was the third man in the race. No one gave him a real chance, and possibly for all the right reasons. But is
Kerala is a separate place, because here the coalition politics is there. There are gaps of leadership in the Congress party. So we adopted the Congress president to take a decision. Congress president and Sri Rahul ji, all other leaders, Priyanka ji, all other leaders, in charge General Secretary, all leaders, discuss with MLAs, MPs, senior leaders, former PCC presidents, with AK Antony Ji, working committee members, they have taken a decision. They have taken a decision. I am not an outsider. I was the CLP leader for the last 5 years. I have been in the assembly for the last 25 years. Continuously from 2001 to 2026.
Sir, there were reports that the MLA, that 47 of them were backing KC Venugopal. There's a lot of confusion.
All those created by you media people. You have been creating news because it took 11 days. So without reporting, some other channels are repeating. Then you have to report. So
you will be meeting with Governor today?
That I have to discuss with my party leaders and my coalition leaders. Then only we will take a decision.
Okay. And CLP meeting will be held today?
CLP meeting is there. That is procedure. Formalities should be complied. Okay.
When can we expect your swearing in?
No, I cannot say. It's not a single decision. Okay. I have to discuss with the coalition partners and the party leaders.
Okay, that was Arpita, my colleague, getting us that exclusive interview with VD Satheesan, who barely 20 minutes ago has been announced as the new Chief Minister of Kerala. But Mr. Shekhar Iyer, this is something that could possibly be speculated or considered. Is it possible that to appease Mr. Chenithala, he could perhaps be made the Deputy Chief Minister of the state? I wonder whether Kerala has a tradition of having Deputy Chief Ministers, given that it's a small state, and whether that is on the table of possibility.
Shreya, what I hear is the High Command will soon persuade Chenithala to accept the speakership of Kerala Assembly.
Okay.
That's a senior position. And given his long innings in Kerala politics and as a member of the Kerala Assembly and as a minister, there is every possibility Ramesh Chenithala will be asked to become the speaker. That's a very crucial role because being given the composition of the alliance and given the nature of politics in Kerala, the role of the speaker becomes very crucial. So it's a very important portfolio. And I would expect, after say maybe a day or two, Ramesh Chenithala will definitely will accept if an offer is made. That's one. And second thing, we have been talking about what is the portfolio that IUML is pressing for. When the last time when the UDF government was there, the IUML always preferred education portfolio.
Correct.
And this time too, there was a talk that they wanted education. Now, education is a very important portfolio in Kerala. Of course, the home portfolio is also very important because last time an IUML leader was holding portfolio was Mohammad Koya. So, belonging to a minority community. So therefore, there will be, a lot of pull and pressures for some of the key portfolios. But when this is an exercise which the Kerala leaders are very good at, managing. I mean, this because coalition politics has been there for a long time.
Correct.
So that should not pose a problem in terms of formation of the government or the stability of the government.
Mr. Rajagopalan, can I just get you in here? Given that the Congress's Kerala conundrum has now been sorted out, was it fair or unfair of everyone to question the Congress party on why they were taking so long? There are three men who want to be chief minister. You have to assess all people, you have to assess the situation on the ground and make the best pick for yourself, for your party and for the state. And possibly the best pick has been made. So was it a little unfair to target the Congress on the delay? After all, let's not forget that the BJP took some 50 days to pick Rekha Gupta as the chief minister of Delhi.
There are two different aspects, Shreya. I blame it on three Gandhis' differences of opinion. Sonia, Rahul...
Sir, it is called inner party democracy.
No, that is a dining table democracy, not inner party. If it was inner party, they should have been very careful in selecting the persons. And Sonia preferred Satheesan. She won. But Rahul Gandhi failed. Priyanka Gandhi failed. Therefore, my understanding again is You have to watch IUML. Will they allow the gold story, not gold, vote story, gold story from all temples? Will that, issue be taken forward? Like CPM, they fought every right-wing person's fought in Kerala. Will that policy matter is very important, Shreya? Because now the government is formed. For another 10 days, another 15 days, another 1 month, crucial days are ahead. Even if Mr. Chanimichala is brought around, there will be dissensions among the cadre. Because most of the cadre wanted KC Venugopal. 47 MLAs he had. So therefore,
but sir, we've just heard from the Chief Minister. And he's saying, who told you that MLAs are not with me? Plus, loyalties will shift, na? In politics, loyalties shift. Sir. We have seen it in Tamil Nadu. Now you have the Chief Minister.
Who brought the posters? It's a Congress cadre. Who brought the posters about Satheesan? Throughout Kerala, the posters were printed and pasted. It is the Kerala Congress. Differences among the Gandhis, differences among the cadres brought the posters behind. And moreover, Kerala newspapers and Kerala TV channels here are full of Sanitala and Mr. Venugopal. Because there is three vertical splits in Kerala politics. I definitely say Mr. Satishan may not last long, more than 2.5 years. Kerala model will be replicated in Karnataka. Karnataka model will be replicated in Kerala.
Okay, give me a minute here because we are hearing from Mr. K. Sudhakaran, who is a senior leader of the Congress party. Let's quickly listen into him.
Do you think he was...
he met the media and he expressed his views. He is supporting the decision of the High Command. Whatever decision High Command took, and he is also with the decision, and all the MLAs of Kerala are with the decision, people of Kerala are with the decision. Final decision everybody approves, including Sri KC Venugopal.
But sir, you came here, he didn't meet you. Do you find it slightly odd?
No, we just came. We saw the media and media ran after us for our views. So we thought it is little bit awkward that we are not big people to decide on all these things. There are leadership and
Okay, essentially what the Congress party is conveying is that yes, it took 11 days, but a consensus choice has been made and that choice is Mr. VD Satheesan. Therefore, Colonel Denny, can I just quickly come to you and ask you, just take off from what Mr. Rajagopalan is saying and ask you whether that is the fear, that the Kerala model could be repeated in Karnataka, though it is just in the realm of speculation, it's only a conspiracy theory right now.
We do have our apprehensions, ma'am, because it is not the time which it took. And ma'am, just a correction, ma'am, Delhi, it took only 12 days. February 8, 2025 was the result, and 20th February 2025 was the day when Srimati Rekha Gupta ji was, sworn in. This particular 50 days was given a spin by Mr. Ramesh Chennithala. And then I think somebody else also had picked up. So that is how the power of...
12 daes is still more than 11 days.
Absolutely. But the fact is, ma'am, what has happened on the streets of Kerala was disaster, ma'am. You know, there were flex boards being put. And okay, you can put flex boards. That is understandable. But what about, how do you justify people going, tearing up the other people's flex? There were people who were from VD Satishan group going and tearing up KC Venugopal's flex. KC Venugopal going and tearing up Ramesh Chennithala's flex. People were putting black oil on it. This was the kind of thing. And if it would have prolonged for another 2-3 days, God forbid, it would have been a proper street war in Kerala, which was going to happen. So that was the difference. That is the kind of thing. And that is why people were fed up. Just like people were fed up with the 10 years of misgovernance by the LDF, people were fed up with this 10 days of uncertainty which was there.
It seems that KC Venugopal is not too happy with the decision to pick VD as the next chief minister, though he was smiling in front of the cameras, gave a sound bite, but now reports are telling us that it is not just Mr. Chennithala. It seems that KC Venugopal has also conveyed his displeasure to the party. It seems he is also upset with Mr. Satheesan being picked as the chief minister. Shekhar Iyer, are you surprised?
No, I am not surprised. I am not surprised at all. That is why there was a fresh round of discussion between KC Venugopal and Rahul Gandhi this morning. I mean, till the last moment, Definitely KC Venugopal had made attempts to persuade Rahul Gandhi to...
Can I just give you the full story, and maybe then you'll be in a position to comment a little better. It seems that KC Venugopal right now is at Rahul Gandhi's residence. We just heard from Mr. Sudhakaran. So he came to KC Venugopal's house, but Mr. KC Venugopal decided not to meet him and left immediately. And it seems he's now at Rahul Gandhi's residence. Yes, Mr. Iyer, please continue.
No, it was, see, that is why it has been, it has taken not just a number of days, till the last moment, these people were to fly by a chartered flight in the morning. And last night, by midnight, it was clear that KC Venugopal will not go along on the flight. And what I got from Trivandrum was people already knew that KC Venugopal is not coming on the flight.
Correct.
If the party meeting had to take place in Trivandrum, and if KC Venugopal had to be there, then why is he not coming? So by early this morning, it was clear to Congress leaders in Trivandrum that this KC has lost the race.
Okay, but KC had rolled himself out as the Chief Minister of Kerala if Congress wins during the campaign itself. Once they get 102 seats is when he puts his hat in the ring. He lost. He's lost clearly. The Congress has already made a pick. We'll see how the story progresses. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Colonel Dini, R. Rajgopalan, Shekhar Iyer, Ashwini Kumar Mishra, thank you very much for being with us. On that note, a quick break. News and updates continue. Do stay with us.